Right now, you might think that you're going through a heartbreaking breakup, a devastating loss, or a crushing financial pressure. But what if I told you that on an energetic level, this isn't what's actually happening to you? What you're experiencing is called a test. And once you understand what these tests really are, you'll never see your challenges the same way again. I have passed hundreds of these tests because that's what happens when you're shifting that identity, right? And let me be honest with you, it still hurts. Every single time it hurts and it complicates me. I feel you, especially if you're dealing with repeating patterns. I did too, and I'm still doing. These are the most difficult moments to act like the person who's already living in your desired reality. But here's what I learned after years of this work. There is a way to not just survive these tests, but to nail them with ease and even find joy in the process. In this video, I'm going to help you understand the true nature of these tests, so-called tests, so you can stop fighting them and start using them as the powerful transformation tools. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to recognize when you're in a test, why your system creates them, and most importantly, how to pass them every single time. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my sacred place. I'm Aslı, and if you're here, it's because you're ready to stop waiting and start becoming. My mission is to help you embody the version of you that's already living in your desired reality with love, joy, and complete ease. So, part one is about the test. What is a test, really? Because God doesn't test you. Universe doesn't test you. It's a way of explaining these concepts. Everyone talks about these tests, but have you ever wondered why a higher intelligence that's capable of everything would need to test you at all? Think about it. Source, God, the universe, whatever you call it, is capable of creating everything around you. Don't you think that it knows it down to each cell? Why? So it's not actually a test in a way that most people think. Here's what's really happening. These are moments when you have a choice, an option to choose, a choice to leave the old frequency and hold on to the new one, the frequency of your desired reality. When I say frequency, I mean the physical realm, making a new choice, giving a different reaction, feeling a different emotion, using different language, basically acting as the version of you that's already living in the visual field. Okay, and why this process is necessary, this test process, is because to manifest anything, you have to manifest the version of you that's living in that reality. This means your entire mindset, habits, nervous system, and subconscious beliefs must change for you to manifest effortlessly on autopilot. You need to become another version, shift your identity. You'll keep having these moments until your new way of being becomes your new normal. I will link another video about this if you want to check out later. So basically what we're trying to do is to make that version feel normal, easy, effortless, and safe to our system. And this feels difficult, of course, because your subconscious doesn't want to let go of the old known familiar zone. The familiar is easy. Making new choices is hard and energy consuming. Our system operates on an efficiency principle. So it wants you to conserve energy by sticking to what it knows, right? It doesn't want you to spend energy. And most importantly, what is not known, what is uncertain, what is uncomfortable is a threat to your survival. And so your mind, especially your subconscious mind, is trying to keep you safe So it is looking everything through the lens of survival, which puts you in a frequency of survival mode, which is very, very, very unlucky because when we are in that survival mode, we are just having maybe just enough to survive. And here's a critically important tip that most people miss. Don't just think about your reactions, words, or actions. Pay attention to how your nervous system feels when you make these new choices. If your subconscious has a code that says, receiving isn't safe. I need to give first in order to receive, in order to be worthy of receiving. Then, even if you try to lay back and receive, your body will be in a state of unease. This sends the wrong message to your subconscious. So, this is not really holding on to that new frequency of who's worthy of receiving, but rather still being stuck in between those two identities, or actually even choosing the old identity with your nervous system on a cell level. For real transformation, we need to align our physical actions, mental thoughts, emotions, and nervous system state all together. All parts of you need to say the same thing, give the same signal. Let's say you're working on receiving is safe, I deserve to receive as I am. Your action will be not overgiving anymore. Your thought will be, I am worthy. Your emotion will be gratefulness. Your feelings will be calm, collected, contentment, right? And your nervous system will be calm and in rest and digest mode. When all these elements align, that when the magic happens. So let's go on to the second part, how to nail every test. Step one, recognizing the test in real time. Because first you gotta develop awareness in the thick of it. You need to recognize, this is a test moment. This is not actually just a breakup. This is not a loss. This is not just a financial pressure. This is my old identity resisting the change. This is where I have a space to choose the new reaction, the new thought, the new feeling. Your subconscious is resisting the new reality, which means your frequency isn't aligned right now. The moment you recognize this, you've already won half of the battle. Now you're going to make the right choice, and that's it. So, step two, making the hard choices. This is where most people fail because they like to be that victim. They love that story, right? We all love taking less responsibility, being the victim, having no options, making that drama, talking about it, and receiving pity, maybe. We love that because that's the programming, not because we love on a conscious level, but that's the programming. It's so easy to go back to that story of being a victim and you're being betrayed, you're never getting what you deserve. Most people fail here because you need to make the choices that your desired version would make, even when it feels impossible, even when you're having that heartbreak and you want to cry and dwell on the story of being cheated on or whatever. It is the hard choice to remove yourself from that feeling state and put yourself into a state of fully aware consciousness. So let's say when you're betrayed or cheated on, focus on your healing and detach from the 3D drama. Work on the lesson of this experience. Learn, improve, adapt, and move on. Don't get stuck in the I was wronged story. When you're overwhelmed and you don't feel like doing anything, this just happened to me yesterday. Take a moment to calm your nervous system because your nervous system is reacting to the situation. Put your hand on your heart and say, we are safe. And after clearing your mind, think like your desired version, the one who is capable of overcoming this moment. Then take action from this place, not the old identity, because as I think Einstein said, you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. We need to reframe, we need to shift to the mind of our new selves. So we are making the hard choices, and to do that, we need to create some space for ourselves. And that space is where you shift from these low vibrational thoughts and emotions to high vibrational thoughts and emotions. And basically, now you know you can either dwell on that story, be sad, stay angry, and feel like you're betrayed, or you create that space and then take another step towards the higher frequencies. And I will tell you how. Let's get into this step 3, reprogramming for safety. While you're making those hard choices, which will get easier over time, trust me, don't forget to reprogram yourself for safety. Your subconscious needs to know what you're doing reflects your new belief system. I am worthy, I can receive, I have self confidence, I can do this, I deserve it. So your actions, feelings, emotions need to reflect these beliefs. Meanwhile, your nervous system, as we said previously, needs to be calmed so the subconscious programming switches from unknown, danger, to known, safe. Right? So if we go back to the example, I was feeling overwhelmed yesterday. I took a break. I meditated. I calmed my nervous system. I said, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. Okay, everything is going to be all right. And then I shifted my mindset to the version of me that's living in my desired reality. And then I came back and I acted. I've taken a decision from my new version. But taking this new decision was completely new to my subconscious. So I had to calm my nervous system at the same time and say, on a cell level, teach it. It is safe to do this now. It is safe to take this action. It is safe that I'm not overwhelmed. It is safe that I'm feeling peace. I don't have to be anxious anymore. Anxiety was my old programming, but now peace is my new programming and it is safe. Calm down. That's what I did. And for that, I will give you a hack. Here's what I love to do in these moments. I alter my physiology because it breaks the loop of belief, thought, emotion, and action. There is a feedback loop. Each time you act from a belief, let's say, I don't deserve ease, your thoughts and emotions and actions are determined according to this belief. So instead of dwelling in those thoughts, emotions, and then taking that corresponding action, what I do is to realize what's coming from inside, right? I am overwhelmed. It is a sign that I am acting from the belief that I don't deserve ease. Instead of repeating that old spiral of mine, I create space to choose to think, feel, act like the new version of me. From that spiral to this new version, we need that space. And for that, you can take a short walk, do yoga, jump, dance, or any movement or meditation that shifts your state. Trust me, this works. This works like hell and so much easier than anything you can try. It's like 5 to 15 or half an hour break. And then you come back as a new person. So let's move on to the third part, making it sustainable. We need to make it sustainable, right? This is not only a one-time thing. We need to choose the new version over and over and over again in these test moments so that it becomes and feels normal to our systems. These tests will not be the same forever, or you will not have tests forever. They will transform and shape, but the same test will only be given to you as long as you slip back to your old self. So remember, these tests aren't punishment. They are your system's way of ensuring that the new identity is solid and sustainable. With each choice you make, each test you pass, it's gonna be easy, effortless, and this new version will become and feel normal to your system. So you will have less tests by time. Also, each time you pass a test, you are literally rewiring your neural pathways and upgrading your subconscious programming. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? This is your proof to manifest what you desire. Each time, each choice, each test is a proof that you're manifesting that version of you living in that desired reality. And the beautiful thing is that you keep passing these tests, they become easier. What once felt impossible becomes your new normal. You start responding from your desired identity automatically. This is the point where your manifestation gets easier, effortless, and you become a magnet because now you're aligned. This is your new state, new normal. It's automatic, it's your subconscious programming. Instead of dreading these challenging moments, start seeing them as evidence that you're growing. They're proof that transformation is happening. So these tests are not trying to break you. They are trying to remake you. Every single challenge is an opportunity to choose your new self, to choose who you're becoming over who you've been, to choose your future over your past. I want you to think of a challenge you're facing right now. Instead of seeing it as a problem, ask yourself, how would the version of me living in my desired reality handle this? Maybe she wouldn't even have that problem, so ghost it. Maybe she would act, think, and feel bigger than her environment, bigger than her conditions, bigger than the people around her. Do this. Make that choice. Feel into how that version would feel in their nervous system. She would feel confident, safe, secure, calm, and align your whole system and your body state with that. Drop a comment and let me know what's one test you're currently navigating. I read every comment and I love supporting you through these moments. And if this shifted how you see your challenges, hit that subscribe button because we're diving deeper into identity shifting and manifestation mastery. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.